Well, Roy, I couldn't help but notice on your cap there, we've got the now famous Rico's cheese there as well. There's a Monster logo or two on there as well. Is that a new part of the family?
That's a new part of the family.
I like that.
You know, you always got to try to do bigger and better.
Very cool. Well, let me ask you about bigger and better, this tournament. Pretty cool stuff. I mean, you're just getting over here into Bellator, getting your feet wet. They come to you with this heavyweight Grand Prix. What were your thoughts when they came to you with this opportunity?
I was like, about time.
You were touching on it. You wanted this, right? I mean, you thought this was a great idea from the beginning.
Yeah, no. The one thing I love about a Grand Prix is and a tournament format is just the fact that it takes the politics out of the game. Like you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like this is where Dana would say this would be the money fights because it's really simple. All I gotta do is get there. There's the money fight right there. Like, but. There's been stuff where other places where I've known where you're like, I'm winning, I won, I'm on 500 win streak. Okay, I'm winning. Now what? So the one thing about a tournament, it's just like the Super Bowl, any other major organization, they have playoffs. You can go 16-0 in football, and then you lose that very first one. Guess what? You're not fighting for the championship.
It's an interesting field, right? Because you got some light heavyweights in there. You got Chael, who's kind of fought around in addition to you traditional heavyweights. Do you feel like you guys as heavyweights should be favored? Or do you feel like some of those matchups with guys that are smaller, quicker, might prove tough for some of you guys?
I think it's definitely stylistic matchups. It's like I mean, Daniel Cormier, walked around, like as long as you're like a 230. I mean. Like Ryan Bader's a big 205er. The only two people that are really, really super small that probably shouldn't be here, but they just like to fight is Chael and Mo. Mo walks around like 210, but he has back abs, so like he's just one of those guys that if he had a cut, he'd be the 185er.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how those play out. You start out, though, in the heavyweight division, so a more traditional matchup. Matt Mitrione, did you have any input in here? I mean, was that a fight that you wanted? Obviously, a fight that you've had before. Did you want that fight?
No. I mean, for me, I'm always trying to get, I wanted I wanted the lightest guy first. So I was like, give me Chael. I'm from doing like the Ultimate Fighter and doing other tournaments. I'm like, oh, let's go with who's the smallest guy first. Let's kind of go that way, and then oh, who's the next biggest? Oh, okay, Mo. Okay, we'll kind of work our way up. But because when the heavyweights, the heavier you are, the harder you hit. That's how I kind of look at it.
Well, what do you think about the matchup? I mean, obviously, you guys have fought before. You won. It was a long time ago, 5 years or so. I think at this point, anything you can glean from that matchup, even if it's mentally like he knows I beat him before and I can beat him again, is there any value?
I think the only value that he would have is I remember from that fight was I didn't know you hit that hard. And that's the only thing that he can remember is how hard I hit. But I think from 5 years ago to now, everybody knows how hard I hit. So it's not like there's not a new secret.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if you've seen, but odds makers actually have him as a favorite to win the whole thing. I was a little bit surprised to see that. Or do you think that's a fair assessment that he's the favorite to win the whole thing?
That's good for them, but they're going to lose a lot of money.
You came in here and you've already got one win under your belt. Do you think it was important to get over here, get comfortable in the different size cage and the new organization before entering an opportunity like this?
I think out here, you're always just trying to get a good W. The one thing is I don't want to be the guy that transferred over because I know all the other guys that came over, what's the word? Shit the bed. So I didn't want to be that guy, so I just wanted to go out there, get the W, and show that I'm still here at 41.
I know you can't do anything but focus on the task at hand, but are you looking at some of the other names? Are you looking at some of the other guys thinking, boy, that'd be a fun fight, or that's one I'd really like to have?
No, I mean, as soon as I saw all 8, even though before the matchups, I was like, I like this. And then you just get to see the the light at the end of the tunnel. I just happened to see we got Matt at the one end, so I'm like I preferred the little guys, but if I got to get a big guy, cool, whatever.
It's interesting. You talked about you like the tournament format, and of course the UFC started as a tournament. Bellator even started as a tournament. Do you feel like, you know, if this is successful, this is something that maybe Bellator should continue to do, these kind of year-long tournaments instead of really short or one night or something like that?
Yeah, no, I think the year-long tournament, or even like where it's like we'll even do how the IFL did it. Back in the day, it was like there was a point system. So if you won 3 fights, you had 12 points, and then you got seeded, and then that was when the Grand Prix. That's how I won my first IFL belt, was from the World Grand Prix.
Talk about what this belt will be. I mean, at this point in your career, is it more just about, I know you love to entertain the fans and make people happy. I mean, is it more just about having fun and entertaining, or would winning this belt mean something special to you?
No, definitely winning the belt, you know, is like kind of the first and foremost. But it's always entertaining the fans. I mean, you got to do both. Our job is both. It's not well, I'm gonna, you know, just kind of put on a boring fight, you know, like, no, because at the same time, I want people to go to the next fight. And if that doesn't happen, then I don't get paid.
I think we're all excited to see how this whole tournament plays out. You got to start, though, with Matt Mitrione. How do you see the fight playing out between you two guys?
Me winning.